Hello, my convicts and convict catchers, the designer of convict, bringing you guys and gals, yes, another video. This video is going to be an interesting one because it's basically using two programs I've used before. Well, one that I've talked about, the other one I haven't really talked about as much, but might be interesting to try out as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. I didn't know if I was going to get a chance to get a video out, so this might not get out straight away. I will apologize if it is a little bit late. And I'm going to keep it nice, short and sweet, so hopefully it can get out as quickly as possible to cover for today. And then obviously we'll see you again on Monday. So what have I been doing over the past couple of days that's made me miss streams? Well, not miss streams, but miss recordings and stuff. I've been working on something in regards to DNS again because I really wanted to try and push and see if I can actually make my ping better, or do something with latency, if there's anything I can do with that to improve how the connection is, how it feels, make sure that shots are hit and registering on time and that everything's doing what it can as fast as possible. So if you've not checked out my previous videos before, I have used this one before, and this is called DNS Benchmark, as you can see here from Paul Gibson. And this is what I've been using. I don't know why my mouse is playing up as of late, so I will apologize. So what I've been doing here is running this benchmark to try and find out what the best DNSs are. Now, disclaimer, this will not give you incredibly low ping as such or anything of that nature. It kind of makes your connection feel more consistent, if anything, and feel more stable is what its whole premise is, and not really anything above and beyond that. So just take heed that obviously this is just for you to try out. Now, also another disclaimer, I cannot tell you what the best DNSs are. I do apologize if you don't have PC or laptop or anything to do this test. You do need them to do this test. I can't do it for you because it's on a per individual basis. What that means is that when you run these tests, they actually run on your internet connection and use your internet connection to decipher the best DNSs. I can't go out there and tell you what the best DNSs are because it won't actually do it in the way that you would say. Because I live here in the UK and you lived in Australia, and you said, oh, what's your best DNSs? And I gave you my DNSs, then obviously it's going to be really, really bad for you because it's completely out of your area and it's not going to give you what you would expect to be a good connection, because obviously it's going to make it worse because you're using a British connection and not your own in Australia. So without that, obviously with all that disclaimer done, let's get on with it. Don't forget as well, please like this video. I would appreciate it. It gets out to more people. So make sure right now, give it a like. Go on. You know you want to. Just drop a like. Help support the channel. Help support me do what I do so I can do this more often. So please like the video. So this one in particular is called the DNS Benchmark. I'll link in the description to a video I've done regarding the benchmark and how I set it up. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel of how it works. Just basically watch that video and it will basically help you out. What it basically does, all these are name servers, as you can see here. We've got OpenDNS, we've got Vodafone, Amazon, Google, and so on and so forth, all these different sort of public servers that you can actually physically use. Now this program is very, very old, so what you could also do if you want to, if you feel that your connection or you're wanting to test on more DNSs, is probably go up here. I'll bring this over for a moment so you can see it. What are you doing? I don't know what my mouse is doing, but it's been really weird. So I'll pull this over, and all you do is you type in find DNSs in my area or DNSs in whatever area. So if I put this DNS UK servers and enter, you can see I've got these here. And if I go a bit below, it says increasebroadbandspeed.co.uk. And you can click on this, or you can go on this one actually, public DNS server list, as you can see here in the United Kingdom. And as you can see, it's under what's called who is, and it tells you what the reliability of that server is. So you can also tell how reliable the servers are. And what you can do is each of these you can actually input. So for instance, if I wanted to check out, this one says 100%. So I could highlight this, Control and C, ignore that ChatGPT that pops up. Go in here, then you click on add or remove. So you can click add. And all I need to do then is add a DNS on here. So if I just put Control and V and add that in and then press add, I can actually add this to a list and I can put it under add systems. Let me add default name servers, add in add systems name servers. There we go. So I've added that to system name servers. So if I look for it, I should be able to find it. It's 218 at the end. See if we can find it real quick. Has it added it in, or do I have to redo it again? I might have to redo the test again. I'm not 100% sure. It was 1. It was what? 2. It was the 100% one, wasn't it? So it's that one. So it's 51 at the end is what it should be. 51. So 5, 148, 14, 51. You can see it says exponential E as GB, Great Britain. So what you can do, you can add these in. It's as simple as that. You just basically go over each one and then just like I said, just go over it. Control C and then go to add and then remove that for a moment. Control V and then add. And does that add it without, or do I need to add that other one? So that one was 246 at the end. 246. So that's 109, 228, 4, 246. And you can see it's added on there. Maybe if you add a system's name servers, will that add the name? Or will it not? Have a look. Excuse me, I've used this, but a very, very long time ago. So I'm just kind of refreshing my head as well as I'm doing it. So as you can see there, 4246. So you don't need to do too much. You just need to press add, type it in and click add. You don't generally need to do any of these on there. But you can remove like redirecting ones. So if you find out you get any that come up as orange, you can see these are redirecting ones. So if I remove redirecting, you can see they disappear. And then you've got all these ones. The redirecting basically means that it'll send it off, but it'll redirect it to another area. It's something like that. You don't want redirecting ones. So once you've done that, and then you've run the test, obviously whatever's at the top will be sorted as fastest first. So you can see these two are my fastest, 212.104, 139, and 212.104, 130, 65. These two were the two fastest for me, and these are the ones that I'm currently using at the moment. Are these two top two on here. So once you've got that, then you can log them. Like I said, just put any of these in. You can copy all of them if you want, and it'll run the test through all of them. Completely up to you. As many as you want to do. That's up to you, however you want to do it. If you're in a different country, just do the same again that I've just done, that I've written in there. Just put Australia DNS servers. So Australia DNS Australia servers, and then just look, and you'll find it. Look, DNS servers in Australia. Look again, and once again, just go through the list and add them in. As simple as that. Right. We're kind of going slightly off topic to what I wanted to, but it's all right. I just wanted to let you know. So that's all you knew. That's all you do. Basically, do that, and it's as easy as that to add more servers on here, so you can have as many of them as you want. Especially if you're like me and you're in Great Britain. Also, if you do get any of the ones that come up as the top ones or top like 10, and you notice that the top ones are US, but there is some Great Britain ones just a bit lower. Like say for instance your US, and you've got these two at the top. Then obviously just choose the ones that are under US, because if it's just slightly underneath, there's not going to be much difference. As you can see, that's 26, 57, 32. That's 26, 55, 29, and 24, 54, 26, 55, and 26, 57. So there's very little difference between like the top 10. So use whichever one's on there. Right. So now we've done that, we've got another one here called Namebench. All the files to these I'll leave in the description below, so you just need to click on the links and you'll get to them, and it's pretty easy. This one's very simple to use. Just basically make sure these two are ticked and leave this as it is. Now I put this as slow unstable network, and this is health check performance. You can do it as fast if you want to do it. I think slow means that it will run a more in-depth possibly. The fast one I think just makes it run a little bit faster, and I left this as the top one. Again, you can try out the different ones if you want, because there's a cache latency test, 50% hit, 50% miss. There's cache latency test, 100% hit, or this one for 100% miss. I would probably say it's either the top one or the 100% hit is you kind of want to use, but I'm just using the top. I'm just using these top ones. And I did change this to unstable slow. It's up to you if you want to do that. And you can change this. Some people say to change this to 500 queries, but I just left it as the default. And then all you do is you click start benchmark, and it'll say in this box, it'll grey out and it'll say running. Now this one is a very, very long-winded performance one. So with this one, you will need to let it run, but it will take a long time. So you kind of want to find a time in the day, or maybe at night time when you go to bed or something, and just let this run, because it will take a good couple of hours. It does take a long time for this one to run. So you do need to let this run its course, and it will take quite a long time to run. So just be warned, this takes hours. This has taken me almost like a full day to do this one. If you do it on the fast, I think it does it quicker. But if you do it under slow, unstable, it takes a long time. So this might be something you might want to leave on overnight and just let it run its course. Because you do want to kind of, whenever you're doing any of these tasks, you do kind of want to run them when there's least traffic on your internet. So if you've got any devices in your home, like mobiles, tablets and stuff, and you go to bed, then turn all of them off. Just leave it so just the priority is the PC or the device, and then just run that test. Now the Paul Gibson one takes about 38 to 40 odd minutes. So the Paul Gibson one is pretty easy to do. You can do it within an hour. The other one, like I said, the Namebench, which is this one will take hours. As this one will take around 30 odd to 40 minutes to complete this one. And what will basically happen with this one, just to reiterate, again, watch the video, because you do need to watch the video for this one. When you click on it, it will ask you to build a list for yourself, like a personal list. You want to let it run that personal build list, because what it will do, the first one kind of just puts all the things into order. It doesn't really look at your internet connection. It just puts them into listing order. When it asks, it'll bring up like a pop-up box, and it'll say at the bottom, it'll say like a box like this, and it'll say build custom list. You want to build the custom list. It will take 38 to 40 minutes to complete, but it will again run on your connection, and it'll test each DNS and making sure that from your computer it'll ping those DNSs, and it'll wait for a response, and it'll let you know if it received a response, if it redirected your traffic, or if it just died and it didn't work at all, and it'll let you know. And normally you can tell if it dies, like this one at the bottom. This was the local name server, but for some reason it's not accepting, so it died. And then you've got the orange ones, which are redirecting. To change anything, you just basically click anywhere on here, and you can do any of these, like removing, redirecting servers. And then, like I said, just run the test once you've completed that full build, and then run a test. And what will basically happen is once it's run that test, if you go to where the file is stored, which mine's on my crucial m.2, you'll notice there's a DNS bench name, bench exe, and then underneath you'll see a DNS bench.ini. That's the file it saves. You ever want to redo the test again, just click on this and then delete this. Just delete this off, and this will stop it from remembering the ones that you've done. So if you want to redo the test from the beginning again, just right click on the DNS bench ini and then just delete that off and then redo the test, and it'll again come up with that prompt, do you want to build a custom list? I'm not going to change it because obviously it's working as intended, and yeah, you can try that out. So for this one, it did give me a different result to the one on here. As you can see, I got a DNS 8.8.4.4, which is the Google DNS, and it said that one was good. And then I also got another one that I got on there as well. Just double check it doesn't show anything that I'm not supposed to show. Bear with me a second. Or adapt option, yes. Just yank this over here 2 seconds. Yeah, it doesn't show anything. So this is currently what I'm using at the moment, 8844 and 81 200 0 and 1. This is what's come from the Namebench from this one. And that's what you need to copy. That's not what you need to copy. That's what you need to put in when you're doing each test. Do it on, you can do it on your router if you want to do it by router, or you can do it by PC by putting it in the PC like this and just adding in. What all it'll basically mean, if you do it by router and you put it in your router, it will filter through to all devices. If you're wanting to do it by per device, like single per device, then obviously do it like this and just put it in here instead of putting it in the router. May experience it to be better one way or the other. So if you can do it both ways, try it either way and see how it feels. If not, like I said, just do this. If you're on console, again, just do this. Just go into your console, go into settings and put it in the console if you don't have access to your router, and do it per device sort of thing. So just know that you can do it like this or through the router. That's up to you. However, don't go away, because I didn't do this just as a recap for that. I actually was doing tests on these, and I kind of wanted to show you what you can do to kind of figure out if it's going to be good or not. Now, there's something I'm not quite sure on. I'm still trying to check out and kind of run tests on. So I will let you know if I find out how it works. But yeah, so basically open up command prompt or terminal or PowerShell, pick your poison. They all do the same, doesn't matter which one it is. And then all you want to do now is the DNSs you've found that's come up, you want to run a test on them. So how to do that is do this. Type in ping, then a line, then the letter T, then a space, and then type in the IP, the DNS of obviously which one it is. So if we go back to this one again, we've got 212.104.130.9. So if I move this slightly over here, I'm going to have to sort that mouse out. I don't know what's going up with it. So it's 212.104.130.9. And then if you press enter, it will start to ping. Can you see? It's pinging. So it's pinging that DNS. Now, this is a big question. Once you want to stop it, just remember, if you leave it, it will keep on going and going and going. This doesn't stop. This will never stop. It's a good way kind of test how your ping is doing. So if you ever have an issue and you think your connection's kind of going weird, this is a good way of testing that. Again, I'll link this link to what the code is at the bottom, so you just copy and paste it. I'll not type in the IP, you just type in the IP at the end, but the ping and the line and the T I'll put in the description. So if you want to stop it, you hold control and press the letter C, and that stops the test. And then it tells you what your minimum, your maximum, and what your average is. So my average here was 24. Now, the thing I wanted to ask, and the thing I'm not 100% sure on and may need more testing on, is you can see here the time to live. the time to live equaled to 250. So this is what kind of baffles me a little bit, because if I do the ping test again, which you can, if you do it, if you put the actual thing in, copy and paste it in, you can actually just press up arrow key, the arrow on your PC. See if I can actually see you. See it. You just press the. Come here, you. You just press the down key, I believe it is, or is it the up key? No, it might be the up key. Let me just tab in. You press the up key, and as you can see, you'll instantly retype everything you put in. So if you ever type in ping line T, you just need to press the up arrow on your keyboard. So just press up on arrows, and it'll bring it up. If you keep pressing up, it'll cycle through everything else that you've done through using the ping test. And just delete out the first section again. And I'll just show you again the test of doing 8.8.4.4 and then run the test again. And as you can see here, so I'm going to stop it straight away. Again, hold Control, press the letter C to stop. Otherwise, it will keep on going for forever. And as you can see here, this one gave me a time to live of 59 rather than 250. And it was around the same ping. So the big question is it better to have a time to live that is faster, that is quicker, or is it better to have ping? Better ping. Because there is certain ones that are worse when you run the tests. If I do it again, watch. I press up and then delete that out and do 8 and 8 and then do the test again. Some were coming up as around 30 milliseconds or a bit higher. And you can notice certain ones are a little bit more inconsistent as well. As you can see, this one kind of, it doesn't jump by much. To be honest, if it just jumps by 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter. If it's jumping like 3 or 4, then you kind of might want to stay away from that one, or maybe there's something on your connection, on your network, that's kind of interfering a bit more with your connection. So just be aware of that. But yeah, it's the time to live that I'm interested in, because the time to live, I'm assuming if it's like 59, it means it's closer to you, I'm assuming. And if it's higher, it's further away, like this one. It seems to be the time to live being 250. So what I would suggest to do, and I'm still testing myself as I said, is kind of write them down and then try to stick 2 of them together where the time to live is short, and then stick 2 of them together where the time to live is long, and kind of see if that makes a huge difference to you or not when you're playing. I don't know why I'm typing it in again. We're going to just do that. So I'm going to do the other ones. So we've got the 212.104.130.65 and do that one. So as you can see, this one's 251, but it's giving me a really good response time of 26. Again, and it's very consistent. As you can see, this is probably the most consistent. As you can see how consistent that is. It wasn't jumping to 27 or 24, 25. It's just consistently like dead on 26. There was a bit of a spike though in that one to 34. Rio is using the internet upstairs though. He is using YouTube. And I haven't got the NetDoomer on either. So that could be just YouTube messing up the connection there, or him starting a video. Because I've not got the NetDoomer on, I've got just the router, because I wanted to test it as per router basis rather than doing it through 2 routers and then kind of getting conflicting. Obviously do it on just the router. So if you do have a NetDoomer, try doing it just between the modem router and not the actual router itself. You might want to try and do a test on that one, and then just put it on that one, and it should automatically filter through to your NetDoomer. So if you do it on router, then it'll filter to your router, and it should automatically be using the same DNS as you've typed in, that you've put from your modem router to the NetDuma. If you don't have that, don't worry about it. If you've just got a modem router, then just do it on that and good. Or like I said, do it as per device, and you can do it per device and test it. So only this PC will use those DNSs, everything else will use the other DNSs, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is what I've been testing out. Now, I've been playing a little bit of Warzone tonight, and actually noticed it did somewhat make a bit of a difference in terms of how it felt, and it did feel a little bit more, especially when I was testing out in regards to, like I said, the latency, or trying to find the one that's got the most consistent sort of connection. And it seemed to make a big difference. It did seem to make a difference. So hopefully I can get some gameplays and show you what that looks like. But I am still testing at the moment. I've only tested one type, which is the one that I showed you here on my connection, which was the one that Namebench gave me. Where's that gone? Which is that one, which is the 8844812001. These are the ones that I've been testing to kind of find out if it made a big difference. We can even run a test on that one. If I press up, delete that first part, and then just put 81200001. There you go. So as you can see, that one kind of gave me a different thing, which is why I wanted to test it, because this one gave me a higher ping, but it was 51 milliseconds, the 51 for the time to live. So it's kind of like, let me test it, because I'm curious, does time to live make a difference or not? And would the higher ping make a difference if it was higher? Because you can see the average, the maximum is 78. So in my mind, that would mean that's probably bad. But it's given me a really, really quick time to live of 51. So I was like, oh, okay. So if it's giving me a time of 51 and I've got 8844, that gives me a good time of 59, then should I use them? And that's hence why I did what I did. And I've got the bottom one, even though it does say it responds in a much longer time with the other one. And I actually found the connection to be pretty good. I am going to test those other ones though, the ones I've got on here, and see if these make a difference with the time to live being longer, but the ping times were better, which it's kind of weird, because that's one of them. So the time to live is 250, but the response was quicker. And then obviously with the other one, that response was quicker, but the time to live was longer. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Test it out. Let me know what you think. And hopefully enjoy. If you do, don't forget to please like this video. I really would appreciate it. It really helps the channel and help me to grow, and obviously keep on doing stuff like this. So if you definitely want to see more things and you want me to help you out, please take the time to like the video, because I appreciate it. It helps me to continue doing my channel and doing, other stuff that I enjoy as well, like gaming, reviews, unboxings, and all that stuff. So please take the moment to consider. And if you want to take it out one step further, we do have a join button here on the channel for, yes, my elite convicts and convict heads. So you could be an elite too by just joining. It's $1.99. That's all it costs per month, and it'll give you access to emotes, badges, giveaways that you'll be entered in for, and all the other cool stuff, as well as a shout out on the channel as well. So definitely check it out and give it a bash and see what you think. Anyway, I'm going to go before Rio comes in and I hear Markiplier on my computer. But hopefully that helps you out and helps to make your connection feel a little bit more sweeter. I definitely feel it has been helping. I just need to run more tests and see how it goes. So there we go. Yes, this video might be a bit long-winded. Some people might complain, but I have to explain it for you to understand it. That's why I shortened it down by not even mentioning regarding the Paul Gibson one, this one, and said I'll put it in the description as a link. So I'll leave it there. Hopefully enjoy. Please like. And yeah, bye for now.